Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
And my name is Chris. And Nick, what do we got in store today?
Today, Chris, we're taking another look, and that's right, another look at Jed 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. He's been at it again, and he's literally holding down the sell button, I swear to. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. We're going to have a look at what's happening in the markets. We're going to have a look at the XRP to USD chart, and then we're going to get right into Jed 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. So as always, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps keep us all a bit positive here at the Cheeky Crypto Camp. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. Right, Chris, shall we jump over to the markets, recap what's happened in the last, pretty much the last 10 minutes has been pretty positive, and then get into the chart, see what that's looking like, and then let's talk about Jed.
Yeah, let's do it, Nick. I love this project. Let's get straight into it.
Fantastic. So here on CoinMarketCap, I'll give it a quick refresh. We're currently sat on $552 billion. I'll zoom in for you guys so you can see that. 552 billion USD with a trading volume of 158 billion. And Bitcoin's dominance here is at 62.5%. So pretty good day there, although it wasn't looking so positive merely a couple of hours ago. It was a pretty solid red day across the board, and that has literally just turned the table. So out of the 21 projects here that we're watching, there's now a good 50-50, I would say, between greens and reds, whereas that was solely red before. So Bitcoin's still slightly down here, just under 1%. Ethereum's up 1%. XRP has just skyrocketed a 3.8 from a -5. We've had Chainlink go up to 3.7, Cardano 3.7, Polkadot 3.8. Stellar has just gone from -4%, I think it was, to 10.3% in a matter of an hour or so, which is absolutely fantastic. VeChain's gone 2.7, Algorand's now flattish, Zilliqa's -1.5, Ren's -1.3, and Hedera's -1.8. RSR's climbed 10%, Matic's climbed 0.3, One Harmony 4.7, and SingularityNet looking at a 1.18 for the last few hours there, which is fantastic. Solve's down 2, FetchAI's down 1, Polymath's down 3, API 3 is up 9%, 48% for the 7 days, which is also a really good positive move for API 3. V4 2.7 down for the day. So a pretty mixed bag, but I say the last couple of hours, Chris, have been so positive for most of these projects, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the chart, right? So XRP to USD, and this is what we're talking about, right? So we saw, if I get my brush tool here, we saw this was a red candle all the way down here just a couple of hours ago, and it started climbing up, and then boom, we hit some zones, and that was it. So let's recap what happened, right? So basically, you know, we've shot up here, we retraced, we tested this level, and that's the 38% on the fib retrace. And then the buyers got back in charge, the bulls got back in charge, pulled the price up. We then tested the 50%, that didn't hold, and it was a bullish sentiment. We pushed it all the way up, and we tested this level here. This is the 67-cent level that was tested, and then the bears basically got control, right? They pulled the price down, and we kind of got control a little bit here, pulled it back down, and they tested the 50% level. Then that's enough, right? The bulls are back in control. Now we've pushed it up. We've gone past the resistance level at the 58 level, 58 cent. So we've gone past there now. If we can close above this line, we'll be in a good strong position for an additional green candle, I think, going up. And we are approaching that snapshot, Chris. So I think we've got a lot going on for ourselves in XRP sense, and I think we're going to see a pretty good positive moves happen. If we draw in a couple of trend lines, we can see what is forming, I should say, is this kind of level here, right? We want to see that get pierced through in that downward trend, but likewise a downward trend, there is also a bit of an upward trend. If I think it's going to be about here in this direction, okay, and then that gives us a bit of a target zone here of the 15th 16th around there. Okay, and that's going to be something has to happen, right? One of these one of these trend lines is going to be invalidated. Now, either we're going to push on through here tomorrow, and then this downward trend is broken, or the the bears will get control, will pull it back down, and we'll see if they can pull it through this, and then this upward trend is also then validated, right? So we're watching quite closely, Chris, to see what happens with regards to these trend lines, whether they are going to be strong enough to withstand, or whether we're going to see some additional movements. Time will tell, guys, but we're watching this closely because we think that with everything happening with Spark, we're in a really good, strong position. And we'll get into what Jed's been doing, which I think is definitely hurting us in the long term. But also Bitcoin and what's happening there is also playing a part on XRP and other altcoins as a whole. So we're watching closely. We want to see what happens here. It could go, obviously, as usual, Chris, we like to say it could go up or it could go down. But I think we're going to see an upward trend, not a downward trend. But we can be wrong. So watch this space. We'll bring you the news as it develops. Is there anything, Chris, that you would like to add to XRP pricing or charts or anything like that?
No, just we had a dip. This sort of thing happens in this particular market that we're in. You can see swings of anywhere between 10 and 30% either way. So I guess it's part and parcel of the market and how small it is at this stage. So yeah, try not to be too concerned if you're new to the space.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing will happen for sure. We'll see how tomorrow's candle fares on here. Do we see a higher high? Are we going to go into the lower end again and potentially go and trail down? There are lots of different levels here to the XRP chart, guys, that we could be testing. And the 46-cent level, this one is not one that we want to be testing, but it's very possible that we can, and a double test of this line would be an indication that we could actually then spark an upward trend. So we don't want to see it. Sorry, Chris.
No pun. No pun. Spark.
Spark. It could spark an upward trend. No pun intended. But yeah, testing it could be a positive move. The hurt that you would see on the way down is just something that you're going to have to get used to in this space. A double test is what you want. So, for example, right, the test here and a test here is positive to get to where we are. Right, that testing brought it up. But if we want a much higher run, then we could argue that we need to see a second test of this area. So we could see after the snapshot, a test of this area before we were able to fire it back up again, or spark a launch, Chris, to the next level up. But yeah, less on the puns. Let's dive into Jed and what this guy has ruthlessly been doing. So Jed Cause immediately sells 30 million XRP after getting 266 million. So the former Ripple co-founder continues to receive XRP years after leaving their then fledgling company, and his finger is on the sell button. So in brief, right, what is this talking about? So this Jed, I'm not going to go through former Ripple, no, just Jed, I'm just going to call him Jed because I don't like the guy, received 266 million XRP this morning and has already sold off a chunk of it. So Jed, now the co-founder of Stellar, has been dumping XRP on the open market since leaving Ripple, in 2014. His public wallet holds 251 million XRP, worth 138 million USD as of today. So Stellar co-founder Jed is taking advantage of high XRP prices while he still can. The former Ripple CTO received over 266 million earlier this week and immediately proceeds to sell the tokens on chain data shows. So he receives 266 million and he goes down and sells the maximum that is allowed to every single day. So here's the transfer, right? 148 million USD transferred from Jed settlement to Jed Cause wallet. So Cause was part of Ripple's founding team until 2013, trying to build a crypto payment network to rival Bitcoins. He left the firm in 2014 to develop Stellar, but the breakup came with generous alimony. That's a nice way of saying it. He got a divorce and he got paid handsomely for it. So 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 was awarded over 9 billion XRP for his role in founding OpenCoin, which later rebranded to Ripple, on a fixed schedule with no strings attached, except for not dumping the 9 billion tokens in one go, meaning he was free to sell, store, trade, or donate his XRP with no consequences or prior permission. So and sell he did, right? That's already nice. And sell he did. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 announced his intentions to sell his XRP on XRP Talk, a Ripple community forum, back in 2014, and has yet to put the brakes on his sales. The latest of these came in earlier today, as the image below shows. 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 received 266 million XRP this morning, and he dumped more than 10% of it, of that stash, within 8 hours. Okay, so that's just really irritates me, because he hurts so many people in doing it. But anyway, let's continue, right? So the amount he received was worth a staggering $148 million, as per the analytics sites CoinGecko, with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 banking 16.6 million on the sale, considering the average price of 56 cents. XRP fell off a cliff, negative 6.2 in the hours after, and now currently trades at 54 cents. Obviously, as writing that, it's a different story. We're back up here now, guys, but we could argue he caused that crash. Okay, we could definitely argue that was all Jed. It isn't, obviously. It takes more than just Jed, but I'd like to blame someone, so I'm going to blame Jed on this occasion. As always, we always need someone to blame, and you always blame the guy who's not here to defend himself. I could be wrong. To be fair, it probably isn't. I don't know the ins and the outs of why he's doing it, or what the relationship was like with Ripple. He might have very good cause for doing so. I don't want to be too harsh on the guy. I potentially wouldn't be doing it as vigorously as he would be, maybe. But nonetheless, everyone is different, and that's what he is doing. So XRP did fall, but we are better now. We are no longer in those low areas. So he has also made other sales this month. On-chain data shows 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓's public wallet received 113 million XRP on December 1st, and with 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 sending and selling the funds out in batches of approximately 10 million XRP in the days after. At the press time, his so-called 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 wallet holds over 251 million XRP, $138 million at the current price, or about 0.5% of the token's entire circulating supply, which is a vast level. I mean, for one person to hold that is a lot. It's obviously, there are bigger whales, but still, it's painful to see. It's painful to see in the hands of someone who's so vigorously selling it. It's probably the way to say it, really. Better than that. But 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 isn't the only en masse XRP seller. Ripple, which has backed off from its ties to XRP in the past few years, also holds about 50 billion XRP in escrow wallets, and regularly sells the token to fund its operations, although they have recently started to buy XRP to support its price as well. And the thing here, right, is yes, they're able to sell up to 1 billion a month, but if you look at their Q3 report, it shows that they actually paid back, out of the 3 billion they could have sold, they put back 2.83 billion of it. So Ripple are a lot more, let's say, responsible with their XRP than, say, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 here. This has undoubtedly created a massive controversy and criticism for the company among crypto circles, but it has still not stopped XRP from maintaining its position as the world's third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. However, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗓 did pledge to donate the proceeds of selling 2 billion XRP to charitable causes in 2014, so not all the money is flowing into his pockets. It's not the money aspect of it flowing around, it's just why don't you just give them the XRP and then the charities decide what to do with the XRP? right? Why just ditch it in such a reckless way? That's the painful part from me. But Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
They align to yours, to be honest, Nick. I guess he's making the most of the volume, because I think it's based on percentage, isn't it? That he's allowed to sell. So can you blame him? Probably not.
That's the thing, right? I don't know the circumstances. Like, I don't like what it's doing to the market, but he probably hasn't got that many options. He has to sell what he can when he can, otherwise he'll be potentially just stuck with the XRP for a long period, right? He's only allowed to sell 1.5% of the trading volume, so that's a tough thing to say. So he's able to get rid of so much right now because the volumes are high. It's hard to hate on him specifically from the person perspective. I hate on the actions because I think there's other ways of doing it that might be better for the masses. So he says he's going to pledge to donate 2 billion of the XRP proceeds to charities. I'd like to see some evidence of that too. That goes back 6 years when he says it, so interesting to see if he is living up to that. It's hard to see it in the markets. It's hard to get your head around someone ditching it as hard as they can. And also the other thing here is it a strategic move? Is the ditching of XRP now strategic in trying to prevent people from adopting XRP and focus maybe more on XLM, for example? Who knows, right? There's lots of different ways to think about it.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us are ever going to find out that that's the case, but it's something that it's fairly logical, isn't it? If you're starting to see XRP price discovery, and you've got an opportunity to see a bigger gap in XLM, people might FOMO in a little bit harder.
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, guys, do go ahead and smash that like button. Chris really appreciates it. I really appreciate it. We all really appreciate it here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you'll be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Yeah, take care.